May 28th, 2015 on the Sci-Fi Network. They aired WWE SmackDown. It had taken place 2 days earlier on May 26th at the Mohegan Sun at Plaza in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. In the first match of the evening, we had a Lumberjack match, as we had the Lucha Dragons and the Brass Ring Club in some tag team action, and the other four teams that are in the Elimination Chamber Tag Team Championship match May 31st on the WWE Network were the Lumberjacks. So you had New Day, Los Matadors, the Primetime Players, and the Ascension outside the ring. And this was, a decent match. Anytime you get to see Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro, it's always a treat. They are two of the best performers in the world. They're an excellent tag team. They're the best tag team. I actually like New Day, although I know everybody thinks they suck. I actually think they're better than people give them credit for. And they were getting some good heat in this match, even though they were just Lumberjacks on the outside. The crowd was chanting, "New Day sucks." So they didn't even have to get in the ring and they're getting heat. But Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro, I really hope they get the belts at Elimination Chamber. But as for this match, they're mixing it up with the Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons are a pretty good tag team as well, so it's definitely entertaining seeing these two teams go at it. And you wonder, why were these two teams facing off in this match, being that they're both baby faces? But I guess it's because they're the best two workers, as in teams, the best four workers, because there's two guys in each team. Not to say anything light of the other guys' work, but Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro by far are the best tag team in the division. The Usos, of course, the injury, they're not around right now, but Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro, they're actually kind of more what brought the resurgence back to the tag team division. They're so excellent in the ring that it rose up the division as a whole and made them have to put an emphasis on the division in the first place, because the tag team division was kind of off to the wayside for quite some time until Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro put tag team wrestling back on the map. And now we've seen tag team wrestling come back in a big way, a real resurgence. It's at a high point that it hasn't seen in a long time. So we do have a lot of good tag teams. But that being said, Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro are the best. And in this match, we saw an awesome spot where Cesaro, once again showing his incredible strength, he was holding up Kalisto with just one arm in the suplex position, as Tyson, Kidd then would go up to the top rope and then force Kalisto down into the mat as Cesaro let go of him. And in the Lucha Dragons, they were pull off some pretty good spots as well. And then, of course, we had the Lumberjacks outside, and that's how things would end up going down. Is they had gone to commercial, they came back from commercial, and when Cesaro had been in the ring, he was kind of dominating. Kidd, he was kind of getting beat up on a little bit, but they ended up where, Kidd had Kalisto in the sharpshooter, and then Sin Cara came off the rope. I think he springboarded and he broke up the sharpshooter. So then Cesaro came in, he super kicked Sin Cara, but then Sin Cara ended up, tossing him outside the ring. Kalisto ended up outside the ring though. First, when Cesaro went over, he kind of took out, the Ascension and the Los Matadors. And then you had New Day came over. Well, it was Biggie and Kofi, but on the other side, Xavier Woods was on the other opposite end of the ring. And so then it ended up where, at this point, Kidd ended up tossing Sin Cara out, and then Biggie and Kofi were around the other way, and they put Kalisto back in the ring as Xavier Woods was messing with Kidd, keeping him distracted. And then once Kalisto got back in there, and then he ended up hitting Tyson, Kidd with the Selena del Sol, and then he got the pin for the win. 1, 2, 3, Lucha Dragons win. So I would have rather seen Tyson, Kidd, and Cesaro win. So they're exponentially better than everybody else in the tag team division. Although, like I said, the tag team division is at a high point. It's a real resurgence. Not to take anything away from the Lucha Dragons or any other of these teams, as I like all of their work, but beyond a shadow of a doubt, far and away, Kidd and Cesaro are the best tag team, and I really hope they get the tag team belts back at Elimination Chamber, because they deserve the tag team titles. They're the best. They're the best workers. They're unbelievable. in the ring. Like, their in-ring action is just far and away the best. But the Lucha Dragons got the win. They're not bad performers by any stretch of the imagination either. They're really good too. They're very talented, very athletic. They have some really good in-ring action, and they're getting a pretty good reaction from the crowd as well. But still, the Brass Ring Club is where it's at. And I kind of, like I said, it was kind of weird that they had this match set up with the two faces. Although the way it ended up was the heat was still on New Day, because Xavier Woods once again costing Tyson Kidd and Cesaro a match, except this time it wasn't with Biggie and Kofi in the ring against them. It was with the Lucha Dragons, as he helped them out. Interestingly enough, the Lucha Dragons actually had on the same color scheme as the New Day. They were all wearing bright neon green. It makes you wonder, you know, so like, are they down? Not really, you know what I mean, but that was kind of interesting, more on a superficial note. But anyway, you could see, though, that the heat was definitely directed towards New Day. Like I said, during the match, they were getting a lot of heat from the crowd. And you can see that Cesaro was very angry and looking to get some payback at Elimination Chamber, in that Elimination Chamber match, which should be spectacular. Should be amazing. I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. I mean, it's maybe the whole thing is a little bit freaking overcrowded with so many, 6 teams and all in there. But it's just going to be crazy. It's the first time ever. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime, history-making thing, so it's going to be pretty cool. Definitely must-see, and I can't wait. I just hope that Tyson Kidd and Cesaro come out on top. I know they're going to deliver some memorable moments at the pay-per-view, but they did it. They even right here on SmackDown, they made a memorable moment when he lifted Kalisto up with one arm, and then Kidd smashed him into the mat off the top rope. That was insane. That was awesome. Even, there was pretty cool. There was a couple other cool spots in here. Tyson Kidd with a springboard. Like I said, the Luchas had a couple nice spots too, but I'm really hoping that they win. I was disappointed that they lost this match, but hopefully it's a sign that they're going to win, even though the Lucha Dragons have some momentum going into Elimination Chamber, picking up this win right here. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions about this match and about the match coming up at Elimination Chamber. Thank you very much for listening. It is appreciated.